Chapter 1 Personal Background. Christopher Columbus was born in the Republic of Genoa, Italy, in early fall of 1451 to the son of a weaver. As a child, he was inspired and awed by the tales of Marco Polo, an earlier explorer, and when he became older, he became a sailor himself. His first voyage in 1976, when he was 25 years old, went horribly wrong. He was attacked by French privateers off the coast of Portugal. He made it out safely, though, and swam to shore. He then made his way to Lisbon, Portugal, and married Filipa Perestrello. They had one child named Diego in 1480 before Filipa died. Columbus then moved to Spain and had a second son, Fernando, in 1488 while married to Beatriz Enrique de Havana. He died May 20th, 1506 at the age of 54 because of a heart attack. Chapter 2 Modus. As a child, Christopher Columbus heard stories of Marco Polo. He was amazed at the food he found and the adventures he had. He was truly inspired by Polo. Because of Columbus being inspired by Polo, we live here today. So we could thank Marco Polo just as much as Columbus because he inspired the explorers who colonized our land. The reason that Columbus went on his voyage was to find a faster trade route to Asia. He believed that the world was round, but he did not know there was the Americas. During this time, spices and silks from Asia were in high demand. The only ways to get to Asia, though, were by going on land, which took a very long time, or by going on boat around the southern tip of Africa, which also took a very long time. Columbus thought if he went on the oceans west, he would eventually circle the world and get to Asia. Columbus sailed for Spain, and the reason above was not Spain's only motive. They had just been in a war, and wars are expensive. They told Columbus to bring back gold and build Spain's wealth. When Columbus found the native people, Spain told him to bring them back as slaves. These were some of the motives for Christopher Columbus's voyages across the ocean. Chapter 3 Route of Exploration. Christopher Columbus's multiple voyages took him back and forth from Asia, aka the Americas, and Europe over the Atlantic Ocean. His first journey in 1492 took him to modern-day San Salvador, where the Taino people lived. He then went to Cuba and other places in South America. While in Haiti, he founded a town called Villa de la Navidad, Christmas Town, the wood from the Santa Maria, which had recently crashed. When Columbus left Hispaniola, modern-day Haiti and Dominican Republic, he let his two brothers, Bartholomew and Diego, govern it. He came back later only to find his town slaughtered. He tried to repopulate it, but failed again. He found many of the modern-day Bahamas, Mexico, Haiti, and Dominican Republic. Chapter 4 Impact on the World. One of the biggest impacts of Columbus's multiple voyages is the starting of the Columbian Exchange, named after him. This was the biggest exchange in history. People from Asia, Europe, Africa, and the Americas all started trading / giving each other ideas, foods, animals, crops, including cash crops, and diseases. This helped make new inventions, make our diet healthier, get more money, and become stronger and more immune to diseases. Without this exchange, Italy wouldn't even have pizza or spaghetti. This is just one example of what the Columbian Exchange made possible. These next two impacts are probably the biggest two in the age of exploration, not just of Columbus. The first one is killing the Native Americans. When Columbus came to America, there was only one problem. There were already people there. So to claim the land, the conquistadors in Columbus killed the Native Americans. They did this by killing them with swords and guns as well as disease. The second impact is discovering the Americas. He came in 1492 thinking he had discovered Asia. Eventually, a man named Amerigo Vespucci discovered that it was America, not Asia. and named it after himself. Columbus died thinking he had discovered a new route to Asia, but today we still have Columbus Day in honor of him finding and colonizing America. So Columbus was very important to history. He made the biggest and or best exchange in history. He started the wiping out civilizations, and he discovered/colonized America. Glossary. Age of Exploration. The Age of Exploration was a time when every country from Europe wanted to find land, and they started exploring, starting in the late 1400s to the early 1700s. The Americas. The land masses of North America, South America, and Central America. Privateers. A different word for hired pirates. Conquistadors. The most ruthless explorers in history. All conquistadors were from Spain. New World, the new land that the explorers found. They started to call the new land the New World only after Amerigo Vespucci found out it was a new continent. Cash crops, a crop grown in large quantity, not to eat but to sell for a large sum of money.